Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. If you're looking at this video and you're like, this bitch looks emo as fuck, it's because I'm grieving. So let me have my emo phase, please. Or else I'm going to be really extra angry. So, what excites me? This is a question I just prepared for myself because I wanted to talk about it. What really excites me is trying new things, new flavors. Sex excites me. I'm not having any sex, so I'm really bored. um, Traveling. I'm also not traveling, so I'm bored as fuck. Fashion excites me though, which I'm into right now, so that's kind of fun. Um, yeah, this is kind of a lackluster question because I'm not even in the mood right now, y'all. Let's just cut to the shit I want to talk about. I had some topics prepared. Let's talk about how I'm grieving really bad in this loss of my 4-year toxic relationship. And I'm really at the point where I feel like I'm in my dark feminine era. Is that a thing? That is a thing because I just said it. So I heard like the phrase dark feminine forever ago, and I feel like that really sums up where I'm at right now because I'm just grieving, I'm just angry, I'm like really straightforward like with people. I'm really aggressive to strangers, but not in a way where I'm like hostile aggressive, but just like really confrontational. And I wasn't always this way. I was actually like the complete opposite. So I feel like that's pretty dope that I'm kind of put my hair back real quick. I feel like it's dope that I'm kind of wait, the thing is sideways, guys. It's dope that I'm in a new era, even though I don't like this era at all. I'm really in the mood to just go to the gym. I've been doing like sit-ups in the morning, wearing sunglasses every time I go out, and I don't even know what to call it. I feel like I'm in the army. I feel like I'm in the army. Like my relationship has put me in some type of boot camp, or rather, I can't even say my relationship because I'm not in it anymore, and I don't want to keep blaming like my life circumstances on that. I feel like I've put myself in a boot camp of sorts where my like goal is to relearn myself again and learn myself as a single person, because past couple years, like for the past I don't know how long, I've always been on and off in relationships. I've never been intentionally single until now. So that's been like hard and annoying. My ex keeps violating the restraining order I have against him. Like he keeps commenting on my TikToks, and it's sending me for a spiral because I'm like, I like that he's still chasing me, and it makes me think about our relationship a lot, but at the same time it makes me even angrier because it's like, you fucking assaulted me in front of my house, nigga. And that's the last thing you did to me. Like, that's the craziest part. That's the last thing. There's been so much throughout the 4 years that I'm not going to get into, but it's like when you're trying to get off drugs and someone keeps mentioning crack 24/7. Like, bro, like, I just told you I was clean, bro. Like, stop fucking playing with me. Like, it's pissing me off. The detective told me that him commenting is not enough because I can't prove that it's him. So if you see this, no, I'm really fucking mad at you, and you are ruining my life like you said you were going to after assaulting me, you know, when you yeah, anyway, child, let's let that shit go. Next, I have a couple topics prepared here. That's why I keep looking this way. I have shit on my laptop. So yeah, really in the dark feminine era. I'm not interested in TikTok content right now. I'm also on my period though. Day one. which I love. I love. I already told you guys this. I love being on my period because I know the road ahead is high. You know? After ovulation, shit goes downhill. When I'm on my period, I'm just like aggressively climbing, you know? So I fuck with that. Uh, Evidence is crucial. That's one of my topics here. Because, like I said, when I was talking to the detective, he said I didn't have enough evidence. And I feel like nowadays we are really in a state where there's so much information that people can just say shit online. I, for one, am not the type of person who just would just fabricate a bold-faced lie online. Actually, that's not true. I actually used to catfish people on Movie Star Planet. So never mind. But the thing I'm getting at here is that, like, I feel like nowadays if you don't have evidence, people don't believe you. People really don't believe you. You can't, I feel like before you could just say shit. You could just be like, well, I'm a guy online, and people just doubt everything nowadays. So having evidence to really back up whatever it is you're talking about or whatever it is you're trying to prove is really crucial in today's age. And I wish I had better evidence to get my ex arrested, because I don't like him commenting on my shit. It's, sending me into a spiral every fucking night. And I don't like that. Another thing, showing versus telling. My ass, my ass has unfortunately been what is the word I'm trying to use? I don't know. I've been a shower and not a teller. Or no, the other way around. I've been a teller and not a shower a fuck ton on my TikTok. And I'm realizing now that it's time to start showing the people what it is that I actually do. Because I talk so much about my life and I don't really show my life. I don't really show my life as a designer, just my outfits every day that I wear to work and shit. Like, I take pictures of all this shit. Part of me just doesn't want to put it online because I feel like it's like not relevant. But I'm in the phase now where I'm ready to start fucking showing shit, because that's just the next step. And like I said, I'm in my angry I don't give a fuck phase, so I will put my butthole online at this point. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna do that, unless the money's looking right. But yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm probably not gonna do that even if the money did look right, because I'm already gonna be famous in the future. So my butthole pictures would be worth way more than if I just sold them for like a couple thousand now. So we're not even gonna cross that. Anger season. That's my next topic. Self-explanatory. Next, what is femininity? This is something I was struggling with in my notes, trying to come up with a concept for femininity and what that really means to me. I do identify as a female, but beyond identifying as a female, I'm not sure what it is that ties me to being a female. It's obviously not having tits and ass, because a lot of girls don't have tits or ass. I don't have tits. I do have ass. Congrats to me. I feel like femininity is for real just a concept that it's really up to the personal woman to define for themselves and to just indulge in that if you'd like. I feel like I'm not really indulging in my femininity enough. I just kind of exist on the day-to-day with like work and my dreams and aspirations, but I'm not like diving into a deeper idea or concept of myself, if that makes sense. I'm not deepening my self-concept, I feel like. it's really flat. So I want to dive more into that. I've already read a lot of books on femininity, which I don't think someone can just teach you how to be a female. It's something you learn through yourself. Um, so I don't know. I honestly don't know where I'm at with feeling like a female. I do feel like a female. I just don't have a deeper concept of what femininity is to me. And I'm really curious as to how to explore that. Because a lot of the time when I think female, I think of my emotional tract over my life, which means that I kind of look at the sum of my emotions and whatever general, like if I could do an average emotion on that, which would probably be somewhere along the sadness, disassociated, creative vibe, whatever that is what I often tie femininity to. And saying this out loud makes me realize that I have developed that concept from my mom. Next question, because I don't want to talk about my mom on here, my mommy issues. Actually, I do. Actually, I do. Let's run that back. Um, just being dissociated and sad and creative and angry and like being like a deep blue with some yellow glitter, some iridescence to it, is really my concept of femininity. Um, and I wanted to talk about how my concept of femininity and me being angry right now and all these things that I'm feeling really ties into religious trauma. We're going over so many topics right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like, I don't even know what to call myself right now. Let's just start crying. How about that? So, religious trauma. You guys know I was raised Muslim. And if you don't know, you know now. I was raised Muslim. I was born Muslim. My mom's Muslim, my dad, my whole family. I want to say a year or two ago, just stopped identifying with being Muslim, like heavily. Before, I've been new since, I want to say 2020, that I didn't really align with being Muslim, and I started being really rebellious and doing a lot of makeup like this, like, but it was so much better. Like, I used to slay. Like, I don't know what's going on nowadays. My shit don't be popping the way it used to. But I stopped chasing being a good religious person because I was like, I don't even identify with Islam anymore. And I really want to know what it is I do identify with. And I started identifying as spiritual. And I guess now that I'm trying to express myself more, now that I'm out of my relationship and it's just me, you know, I feel like a lot of my religious trauma is coming to the light because I've came up with a couple of concepts lately since my breakup for like fashion, design, where I want to take my career, even my own aesthetic, shit like that. And I always start to think of, you know, what would my mom think? What would the Muslim community in Philly think? And I'm not even a part of the Muslim community in Philly anymore. You know? I don't know these people. These people don't know me. But I feel so tethered to their opinion because I was raised that way. So I'm like scared to really express how it is I want to express. Bro, I really want to express myself in a certain way. And I'm not doing that because I'm worried that I'm going to be judged and like excommunicated from a community I'm not even in. I don't even identify with. So yeah, the religious trauma is heavy right now because I'm like shedding all these layers. you know, and this next part of me is a freak. she's this next she's freakier, and I am like, I don't want to be too freaky for the Muslim community, for my mom. But I had asked my mom about one of my ideas, and she was like, that's kind of like sexual. Like one of the ideas I had for a clothing design, she's like, that's kind of, sexual. And I'm like, okay, this shows me that I actually need to do this. If my mom disapproves, then I'm doing the right thing. For real, for real. Because what I'm asking her from a place of, what do you think the Muslim community would say about this? That's usually what it is when I'm asking her about fashion and stuff. And because she's Muslim, I'm asking her, what does she think about it? And she said it was a really like freaked out idea for what it was. I don't want to say exactly what it was, because I've been trying to keep my ideas in here until I'm ready to share. I'm ready to show versus tell. So I don't know where I was going with this. Well, I do know where I was going with this. I was just trying to say that, like, religious trauma is really inhibiting my creative expression. And I gotta break out of that shit, bro. Like, I'm not Muslim, bro. I am not. This is me trying to convince myself. Like, for real. It's really hard when you live with Muslim people and your parents are Muslim and you were raised that way. Like, years and years of feeling like, God is one way, or the world just turns a certain way, and that if other people don't believe that belief, they're going to hell and they're gonna die and their life is just gonna be in shambles. They're never gonna be happy. But whole time I was Muslim, my life was in shambles and I wasn't happy. Like, I felt like a fucking loser being Muslim all the time. Like, that shit was not cool, bro. Like, the type of shit I had to do as a Muslim person, the type of shit that I did as a Muslim person was like some of the most disgraceful. I would never want anyone to have to go through the type of shit that I went through as a Muslim person. And I'm not, there's a plane. Oh, that's a helicopter. Never mind. I'm not saying that Islam itself is evil, because it works for some people. Like, it's working for my mom, It just didn't work for me. And it didn't work for me to the point where I just felt like suffocated by religion. And I know a lot of Gen Z people feel that way. Because I feel like Gen Z is very, we just go with whatever the fuck we want to do. We're really creative. That was cringe. Yeah, so I'm really trying to shed this layer. I am shedding this layer of religious trauma. And it's hard. It's a lot of grief. Because in that, I was like, I feel like when I got over my relationship with my ex, it made me shed my relationship with my dad. Because for the longest time, I wanted my dad's approval. And once I got past that, I also got past my ex, because they were very similar, my dad and my ex-boyfriend. And now I'm dealing with this mother wound issue. Throw up in my mouth, soup on the floor, can't pick it up. Lord, let's just wrap this up, because I'm not sure how this episode is gonna make the people feel. Like, I don't know. I want the people to feel good. So let me leave this on a high note. On a high note, I am looking for an opportunity that is very different than anything I've ever done before. So that's exciting because I decided to, step outside my comfort zone and do something that's more fun, career-wise. And I'm gonna do that. Really exciting, guys. Out of the comfort zone, into the abyss. So let me pull a card. We're using the chakra cards. Those are the only cards I own. Here's the deck, by the way, if anyone wants to purchase that. Not sponsored. I just really love this deck. It's called the Chakra Energy Deck by Olivia H. Miller. And I've been going through the cards one by one, as you know. I've only gotten halfway through the deck, so when I do like these little readings, I'm only using the cards that I've dealt with, because I feel like I can just read its energy better because I've done the card. And by done the card, I mean like followed the pose and did the shit on the back and, had my little reflection, how to make me feel, all those fun things. But we're halfway through, so that's fun. So a card for the girlies with religious trauma, or the girlies just with the trauma of having the approval of other people. Oh wow, we dropped 2 cards. Bruh, this is hilarious. So this is the first card out of the deck. Root chakra, fear, meditation, breath, all of that shit. The affirmation on the back is, I am safe on this earthly plane, supported by universal divine energy. Enough said on this card. Do I even have to dive in? I feel like this really is just saying this is a fear issue. We're starting bottom up. We're starting on something new, which is great. We're starting bottom up, and we're gonna get through this issue first, tackling fear, then getting into shame, and then moving up the chakras. But we're starting first here with fear. There is a huge fear around your next breakthrough, my next breakthrough, our next breakthrough. But releasing that fear is what allows the energy to keep flowing. You can't move from a place of fear because you start to do shit that it doesn't make sense. You just start to do shit like you're scared, like you're a baby, like you're pussy. Can't keep moving pussy in these streets, bro. We can't keep moving pussy in these streets. Next card. This is card number 3. This is squat with the tongue out. I feel like this card, just based off the image, really represents letting the freak side out, and which you feel like is taboo or not accepted by other people, to just let that out. And this is almost like a birth pose, just to let it go, bro. Just move through it, breathe through it in whatever way the breath looks like, because sometimes breathing through it and getting through shit does not look like, let's just let it go, guys. No, sometimes it looks like cursing people out, calling people out their fucking name, and saying what it is the fuck you want to say to these people in the most aggressive way possible. And that's the point where I'm at right now too. I keep child I'd be angry. I just be angry as shit lately. I also want to pull a page out of my book, Rise, Sister, Rise. Because this can also be used as an oracle deck. The sky looks lovely, doesn't it? I'm trying to get a thumbnail. That's cute. Because that's how I feel right now, like a widowed a widowed princess who needs some rescuing, but it's like I have to rescue myself. Boo. Okay, what does this say? Let's burn the archetypes. How are you keeping yourself contained? Bruh. How are we keeping ourselves contained? We're keeping ourselves contained because we're so caught up in trying to make ourselves into the image of a Muslim. Someone who only looks religious when they're presenting a certain way. Someone who only, not even religious, someone who only looks spiritual and like a woman of God when you're presenting yourself a certain way, which is not the truth. Like, we gotta stop slut shaming. We gotta stop like trying to put people in these boxes, and we have to stop lying on the internet. I'm gonna just leave it at that. We have to stop fucking lying on the internet, and we have to start showing. We have to stop lying on the internet, and we have to stop slut shaming people and calling people non-religious, non-divine feminine, non-woman of whatever, non-high status woman because they're showing up a certain way. There's been like such a huge thing on TikTok where people are like, you're not a high value woman if you're not, going to the gym every day, if you're not doing X, Y, and Z. Bro, wake the fuck up and look around and smell the fucking flowers. Going to the gym every day is the most manliest thing you can do. Like, bro, what? That is not... What is femininity? What is femininity? You guys let me know in the comments. Let me know. What does it mean to you? Because I guarantee it is not the same exact thing another bitch has to say. And we be like forcing these new ideologies on the people. It's like religion rewrapped into these mini religions. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh. I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. New podcast later. Hopefully it'll look better. Hopefully I'll feel better. I'll look better. And I'll have something like nicer to like show you guys. And I'm gonna go inside because right now there's people outside. It's like, it's making me feel weird. So that's that.